Hello, guys. Hello. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Wherever you may be around the world, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys had a wonderful week and it's such a perfect weekend. So you need to get out and do all the things you need to do and spend some quality time with yourself. I don't know in the neck of the hood where you guys are, but the weather is like very nice. It just all of a sudden just warmed up in the middle of winter. Anyway, spring is just around the corner and summer is already here. How time fly. So today's message, I'm going to be talking about how you are a masterpiece. You are your own masterpiece. You are the masterpiece, not just of you, but of your life. How perfect and wonderfully made that you are. Okay? And this really should say something about having love for yourself, loving yourself, falling in love with yourself. I know I talk about this a lot. And I really encourage you guys to really get on this journey of self healing and finding love, self love, love for yourself. Because it's one of those beautiful things basically you will not regret. Okay? You having love for yourself because it builds you up. It gives you a lot of confidence, you know? And even though there's a lot of people that are wounded out there hurting, that has not yet been healed from childhood trauma and things like that, you are still confident. But it's not the same thing. On where you have found love for yourself and it just give you confidence, basically confidence in everything that you do. Okay, not just when you are only feeling good, but it's a confidence you have all the time, even when things are bad. Okay, it gives you self-esteem, it gives yourself a boost, you see, because many of you, your self-esteem have been destroyed or wounded due to the abuse you suffer as a child or and whenever it happened, because adults get abused too and they suffer as well, not just children. But the biggest one, the impact happened during childhood. Okay, the hurting, when you are wounded as a child, it has a great impact on you because you are a child. You don't understand a lot of things, so it makes you wonder, why certain people are hurting you when you're not guilty of anything. You see, so childhood trauma has a great impact on just anyone, man or woman, because remember both sexes do get abused as children, but it's mainly talk about from for the woman or from the woman's side. They don't really talk about the male, the man, how they have childhood trauma as well. So when you get on this journey of self love and all these wonderful things start happening and you start becoming whole all over again. You see, because when you are healed, finding love for yourself is not the only thing, but you becoming whole, because when you went to the trauma and abuse, you were broken. Just like anything, Just like a glass, when a glass, a mirror is shattered or broken, it's scattered all over the place. So many of you during this trauma or whenever you became broken, you left pieces and bits of you everywhere, all over the place. So pieces and pieces of you are everywhere. And this is why when you begin to heal, you become whole. Those pieces of brokenness of you start to mend. You start mending those broken things in you. You start putting all these things start coming together again, and you become whole. When you become whole, okay, you may not be 100% whole, but at least you got most of yourself back from healing. Okay, and you start experiencing a lot of good things of life, great things, joy, peace, happiness. You start to believe in yourself. You start having a lot of confidence. Okay, you start to know that everything is okay and everything is gonna be okay. You start to depend on yourself and knowing that you can depend on yourself, that you can do whatever comes to you. Whatever situation you face, you can handle it. Whatever situation you find yourself in, you can maneuver yourself out of it. Okay? You start to understand that whatever question you have, the answers is within. That you can go within, inside of you, and find all the answers that you need. Okay? And you start to trust in yourself. You start to trust your discernment. Okay? You start to trust whatever that little voice inside start talking to you, start to trust. You start to hear and trust the voice of God. Okay? And this is what it does. So you are a masterpiece. Don't you know how perfect you are? Don't you know how wonderfully perfect you are made? Okay? Not just the fact that everything that is about you, your senses, your hearing and things like that, but also your organ and your body. How beautiful they're made, your hands, okay, your legs, your feet, each of these parts of you, that they function. Have you thought of that? How have you thought about how your legs has a function, your arm, your hands, they all have a different job to do. And by them doing what they're supposed to do, each of you, your organs and your parts and your different areas of your body, and that's what makes your body whole, you know but even though there are some people that are still missing some things, but they're not less, they are still whole, even though they are functioning without some things, they are still whole. So that's what happened when you are in love with yourself, when you have found self-love. You start having appreciation for everything about you. You start noticing things that you never noticed before. Like I was saying about your parts and the function of each of your body parts, inside and out, you know? And it leaves you in awe, an amazement. That's the masterpiece in you. You should see yourself as a masterpiece and not somebody else. Because when you start seeing yourself and know that you are a masterpiece, then you will eventually find someone that's going to love you for the masterpiece that you are, because in their eyes you are perfect. You see, because a masterpiece is perfect, you know, because even the supreme God says they created you wonderfully and perfectly made. So in the supreme God and Goddess eyes, you are perfect. Okay, you are, and you should love yourself for who you are. You should love yourself as you are, and don't let anyone else tell you anything less. Okay, and it should start with you, like you not talking bad about yourself, talking down to yourself, cussing yourself, saying negative things about you to yourself, you know. And you should try to say positive words to you, positive words to your life. Start talking life into yourself, healing to yourself, because you come to understand that positivity is everything. You start to know that if you don't feel alive, who's going to make you feel alive? Everything starts with you. All good things starts with you. When you're not feeling well, you're feeling down, whatever the case may be, you understand that you can speak life to yourself. You can speak healing to yourself. You can encourage yourself. Okay, because you got to know that if you don't encourage yourself, nobody's gonna do it for you. No one is gonna encourage you. And for the people out there that is listening to this message, many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. There are time or days when you want to talk to someone, there's really nobody to talk to, because either they're not gonna get you, or even if you talk to them, they're not gonna say any words of encouragement, anything to encourage you, anything to lift you up, lift up your spirit. Instead, these type of people, they're always taking from you energically, but never giving anything back. So there's really no one to fill your cup. Okay, because there are days, you wish that you could have somebody that will fill your cup. Okay, to pour back into you, but there's really nobody. And this is why a lot of people, they cut off many people, tons of people, they cut them out. They release those people. Okay, they chase them out of their energy, out of their lives, because they're not doing anything for you. Okay, these people, they're not bringing anything to the table. So why do you allow them to stick around when basically they're not doing anything for you? So you are God's masterpiece. You are a masterpiece. You are truly a masterpiece. Not only you gotta uplift yourself, you gotta pray for yourself. Instead of praying, some of you always praying for other people, but you never pray for yourself. You pray for stuff, to get things in your life, to get stuff, but you really never pray for yourself. Okay, a prayer of thankfulness, a prayer of gratefulness. Many of you are not grateful. You're not even grateful for just having the gift of life, and then knowing that being alive is a gift. Life is a gift. Talking is a gift. Smiling is a gift. You see? Seeing and eating and able to smell and able to hear, all those are gifts. And this is why the supreme God say you are wonderfully made. perfectly made, and you are a masterpiece. You truly are. When you are thirsty, yourself tells you, hey, Rachel, I'm thirsty. And you know that you got to drink something. You know when to eat. Just, think about it. But so many people, they don't think about those little things. And this is why so many people are ungrateful. Instead, they are greedy, selfish. Enough is never enough for them because they don't appreciate themselves. You see, because many of you, when you hear appreciate yourself, love yourself, you just think it just stops there. But a whole lot of yourself. You are so much that comes. You are so much that comes in a package. But yet many of you haven't even opened the package, open, discover who you are. Many of you don't know who you are. You haven't, you never take time to discover yourself. Like I was saying, the different function of your body parts and your organs. you know there's so much to discover within, inside and out. So much because when you start loving yourself, you start to appreciate yourself, you start to appreciate all these little things about you, everything about you, everything. Okay. You are no longer scattered. As long as part of you is here, part of you is there. Just an example, part of some part of you is in this state, that city, this there. You are scattered. You are broken. So you can never really experience the fullness, the wholeness of you. All the benefits that comes with being whole, with becoming whole. You see the benefits. I'm talking about peace and just starting to learn. And the Spirit of God will teach you all these things you need to learn. So many of you haven't been happy for so long. You don't know what happiness is. You don't know what joy is. You have not experienced that. Even though you are laughing all the time, that fake smile, even though you're laughing on the outside, but inside you are hurting. And inside you are so miserable. You're always putting on that fake smile, that fake, happy go lucky guy or happy go lucky girl. You're not truly happy. You're not truly at peace. You know so when you are that masterpiece, you know the masterpiece, there are song they made which is a masterpiece. You are timeless. You will never die. Physically you will, but spiritually you go on. You are that timeless being that was created. You always want to be somebody else. You always want to copy somebody else. You always saying, "I wish I was like her. I wish I was like him. I wish I was built like him. I wish I was a man like him." Why don't you start wishing those things for you instead of wishing that you could become somebody else? Why don't you just put that energy in yourself and start becoming who you were meant to be? Because if you were meant to be Jane, then you would have been created like her, okay? But the fact that you are created the way you are, that means you were meant to be who you are. So you need to focus on that. You need to work on that. You need to work on yourself and becoming the greatest version of you, the best version of you. That's what you need to focus on. Instead, want to be somebody else. You want to your hair to be like somebody else. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with seeing somebody with a hairstyle, whatever. You think it's nice. You know maybe you do your hair like that, but when you start ignoring yourself and basically want to be somebody else totally, then there is an issue. That means you have no love for yourself, you have no appreciation for yourself, you don't value yourself, you don't respect yourself. So many people out there do not respect themselves. You all over the place. You see? But if you knew that you were a masterpiece, that you are perfect, and you are, and when I say you are perfect, I'm talking about in a spiritual way. I'm not talking about a evil way, wicked way, or even a narcissism way. Not in that way. Not being perfect that you don't admit to your mistakes. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way you were created, how God created you perfect. You know, everybody was born and created to be who they were created to be, born who they were meant to be. If you were meant to be somebody else, then you would have been born that person. Believe in yourself. Become who you want to be. Don't become the person. Don't become someone to please somebody else. Don't become somebody that somebody else wants you to be. It does not work like that at all. So I hope that this message was helpful to a lot of people out there. And like I said, pray for yourself. Stop talking down on yourself. Stop talking down about yourself. Stop talking negative about yourself, because remember, your words have power. Your words have seed. So whatever you speak, that means you planting those negative things in your life. So if you're talking negative things about you and in your life, then you are planting these seeds. And also, do not allow anybody to talk negative about you or to talk negative words in your life. Don't. Do not permit it. Your words have power. Push yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are, how great you are, how wonderful you are, how intelligent you are, how smart you are, how wise you are. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself that you are healed, that you have recovered, that you are free. You are free from whatever that's enslaving you. It could be anything, cigarettes, alcohol, whatever. That you are the owner of your life. You are the master of your life. You are the CEO of your life. And nobody holds power above you except God. You should not give no human being power over you. Only God should rule over you. You are the masterpiece. You are the masterpiece of you. And don't allow anyone to tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Build your self esteem if you need to. Stick around positive people. Stick around people that's going to lift you up. people that's gonna compliment you, people that's gonna tell you how great you are. When you do something, how wonderful, how good you're doing something, they compliment you what you do. Don't hang around and don't allow people, no matter what you do, it's never good enough. No matter what you do, they always have something negative to say, something bad to say. Do not hang around these people, but instead hang around people that encourages you, that pushes you to do better, okay? That criticize you in a healthy way. There's nothing wrong with criticism, but as long as it's done healthy and non-abusive. Someone that's gonna let you see your flaws in a healthy way, in a good way. Someone that's gonna talk to you, encourage you. Someone you can fall back on if you have issue. You want to talk to somebody, they're there for you. That's gonna listen to you. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. And like I said, right now, the weather is just perfect. And when the weather is perfect, I just, do a lot of work online and things like that because I don't like the cold at all. So when it's cold, it's like, I'm not doing this. No, I'm not. It's just, but when the weather is just perfect, my goodness, I feel alive. I feel alive. Thank you guys. And I'll be seeing you in my next video. Okay. Take care. Bye.